go west on the 210 freeway. That gives officers many options. This is going to stay, you can see that San Bernardino County Sheriff right there. He was on the overcross. They're basically assisting if this guy gets off the freeway. But other than that, they do not want to touch this pursuit if they do not have to. A very dangerous pursuit, making the transition from the 215 to the westbound side of the 210 freeway. Primarily, CHP is handling this right now from the air. The watch commander, I heard, is instructed units on the ground not to engage earlier. Whether or not that has changed, we do not know. But we do understand there is one person in this vehicle, one male who is wanted. This is an alleged stolen vehicle, and that is the reason why Whittier PD tried to pull this vehicle over well over an hour ago. This pursuit's been going on for almost an hour and a half right now, from what I understand. And now we're on the 210 freeway traveling westbound, and I'm looking out the window here of News Chopper 4. I see nothing but wide open freeways, which only invites dangerous speeds.
All right, folks, you're watching NBC4 News here as we approach the top of the hour. We are in the midst of a high-speed pursuit that has covered many jurisdictions, many different freeways here in surface streets in Southern California. This all started at about 11:30
right now. We're on the
this morning.
210, westbound 210, coming into the Rancho, coming out of the Rialto area, I believe, coming out of the Rialto area. We're heading west on the 210 freeway, coming away from the 215 freeway.
Again, and the 215 has sort of been a favored freeway for
and
this
we are
guy.
basically following this stolen vehicle. Let me try to pull in a little. You can see this male driver here. That's the United Rentals box van. This vehicle is allegedly stolen, and this person has failed to pull over, driving erratically. Look at him just going in and out of the carpool lane, in and out, going, oh, there he goes. Looks like he just intentionally crashed his vehicle going over the freeway, flying. Oh, my goodness, that was a horrible accident. It almost appeared that this guy did this intentionally. Vehicle TC'd. Fortunately, nobody else was involved in this accident. I don't think this guy had time to put his seatbelt on earlier when I saw him get back in the vehicle. Accident just happened off the 210 westbound. This is just past the California exit, 210 freeway. Officers are going to approach this vehicle. Now here these officers are basically trying to get this guy, but they're also going to render assistance. These guys do a great job here. Regardless, he would try to hit an officer earlier. They're going to come and try to see if they can assist this person. But this was a horrible crash. And from my opinion, it looked like he purposely slammed into the center divider, veered across all the lanes, and landed, went airborne, and landed off to the shoulder here right now. So you can see officers are very cautious right now. Whether or not I see, though, that's a reflection. I thought that may have been a fire. But there's no movement right now. That was a violent accident. And from what I saw earlier, when this guy got back into the vehicle, I don't think he put his seatbelt on. So we don't know the status of this guy right now, but officers are going to be very careful. They are going to approach this vehicle when they feel it's safe to do so and try to get him out. But right now, you can see they've got all their weapons drawn on this guy. This is a crash here. You saw it live here on Channel 4. Vehicle went over the side, got airborne, almost rolled over, landed on its side, and basically right now it's going to stand off to see whether or not anybody was able to make it out of this accident. Can we try to reposition a little?
Okay, yeah, this accident happened up the westbound 210, just past the California exits. A live picture right here, guns drawn, officers there on the perimeter there. And again, I believe we have video queued up on that accident.
What just happened? One surprise after another during this pursuit. This is video from earlier on that crash that
this is
resulted in this.
I can pull in. I can zoom in.
There we go. Earlier shot there on the left of your screen.
I believe I might see movement inside, guys.
Definitely not what we expected here on its own, too.
We weren't sure if there was any movement as we look live on the right side of your screen there.
Double zoom on to see if there's any movement right now.
And there goes airborne right there.
Is, somewhere
and as Megan mentioned, we don't know if he had a seatbelt on or what, and what the injuries here could be, but
and at one particular point she questions that because he got out of the truck, got back in, not knowing if he has the seatbelt on. But again, you saw the violent crash right there. Megan, in our IFBs, we hear some chatter about possible movement inside the cab of that truck. Again, a stolen truck. From what we're getting from authorities right now. But again, this accident happening there on the westbound 210. Let's get back up to Megan Reyes in News Chopper 4.
basically News Chopper 4 right now is just basically trying to reposition to see if there's any movement in that vehicle. I do not see any movement as I pull in right now. That was a very violent accident. For someone to escape that without any major injuries will be no less of a miracle. I'm going to pull that camera out right now, and you can see where this vehicle ended up, where the CHP is. This was on the 210 freeway westbound, just California Street. I'm going to show you. This is the center divider. Almost looked like he intentionally slammed into the center divider. You can see the skid marks. Went over here, veered off the freeway, became airborne, almost rolled over, and just landed over here, westbound 210. There we go. There's some movement right now. I can't believe this guy's actually able to move. It looks like I'm seeing something right there. Basically, I did see movement, so I don't know if he's poking his head out or poking his arm out right now, but officers are going to be very cautious whether or not they're going to approach this vehicle right now or call for the K9, but they did call for paramedics, so they are definitely having some medical attention for this individual. We're going to just move the helicopter a little over so that pole doesn't get in the way, but it looks like this person is alive. I did see some movement right now. So basically the plan is how are we going to approach this vehicle and get this suspect out? This person obviously showed no regards to public safety. Officer needs to show regards for his concern right now. They want to make sure this person is okay, but before jeopardizing themselves, they want to make sure they can safely apprehend this person before rendering any assistance. Here we go. Yeah, I thought he was coming out, but no. Basically, we're not seeing any movements. I thought I saw a hand earlier. Maybe it could be that airbag that was deployed that was causing some type of movement. But regardless, we haven't seen anybody come out of this vehicle as of yet.
Yeah, the white that you see sticking out of the passenger side window would be safe to assume that that is the airbag that was been deployed. But again, you saw the likes of that violent
here he is.
Crash
there he is. There's his head, guys. There he is. There is movement. He did survive that accident. I'm getting backwash here, Derek. If we can reposition, you can see this guy coming out of this car. I'm just amazed that this guy can move, considering how violent that accident was. That was a very violent accident. He's just basically trying to get out. Whether he can't, because he sustained injuries, he is making some type of attempt, but CHP is basically still watching this guy right now. I'm going to pull back, and you're going to see officers are over there right now, and they're just basically waiting for this guy, probably trying to summon him out of the vehicle. Whether or not he is even able to is a question soon to be answered. But obviously there is movement, and if any good news, this guy was not killed. He probably sustained some serious injuries, and he did not injure anybody else. That is the most good news of all. He did not injure anybody else in that violent accident.
Yeah, and I guess violent accident is an understatement here. We saw there, heading westbound on the 210 freeway, past the California exit.
He's pulling out of the vehicle again. Out of the vehicle.
All right, we're going to toss it right now. Megan's done a great job from the air. We got Tony Shin near the accident. Tony, are you on the phone with us?
Slowly making his way, and you can see his pants are looking at him. I'm just amazed this guy's able to move. He's going to jump off onto the other side. We're going to move News Chopper 4. We're going to see what he's going to do. He's actually coming off on this side, Derek, so this is perfect right over here as he comes down here. Boom, there he goes. This guy, the fact that this guy can...
Tony Shin is on the ground here. Tony, we're watching this as the drivers just miraculously surrendered and got out of the vehicle. What are you seeing?
I'm right behind this line of police vehicles that you can see over here. There's a bridge. There's a train bridge. Bear with me. I ran up to the scene, so I'm kind of out of breath. I'm shooting video here. On the ground, I see... CHP officers, I see undercover police officers wearing tactical gear. They have their guns pointed down into that little gully where I believe that truck slammed into the ground and is now on its side. I can tell you, the officers have told me several times to get back, and I'm staying back because I don't know if this guy is, still armed. We know that he did throw out a weapon earlier. Whittier police, I believe, recovered that weapon, so I'm here in a safe area behind this bridge. I don't know if you can see me from the chopper, but I can see the chopper above me.
Yeah, Tony.
Right now.
Yeah, Tony, we're focused in on, he is actually surrendered to police at this point. We see an officer approach. They're going to put this guy in cuffs here.
Wow, what a miraculous end. The driver surrendered after a long pursuit, well over an hour and a half, ended safely with nobody killed, but several involved in an accident. We will recap this for you at the news at 5. Right now, you're watching NBC LA. Days of Our Lives is next.
That's right. Tony Shin and his crew on the ground right there. Megan Reyes overhead again. A full update. We now join Days of Our Lives already in progress.
Oh, I thought it was like, no.
Code 4, code 4. Yeah, please. That was intense. Derek, it looked like he did that on purpose. Yeah. Well, they still got the story. Well, there's your United Rentals van. Your stolen van. That's one strong. I'm amazed that guy walked out. I mean, I'm just amazed. They're like, dude, what were you thinking? I got it on the suspect right now. I'll give him that shot. News Chopper 4 to desk on the 161. You copy? Hey there. So, obviously we got the dramatic ending. I don't know. Were we on live when that happened? Did we stay with it? And we're going to have to, I'll deal with the IFB later, but I had IFB crystal clear until Ontario. It faded out, and then I never got it since then. So, what would you guys like us to do, my friend? Of course not. Look at this guy. Look at this guy going right up to the camera or the car like that. I'm surprised they let him. I'm actually really surprised they let him.